See, look at this, Nico Leviars, but I'm blinding him. But it's always a pleasure to have you on the channel, a young talent that has got a grown head on such young shoulders.
No, yeah, people have always said I'm a bit like an old bloke. Well, I'll take it as a compliment, I think. I don't know. But yeah, it's good to be back. Quick turnaround, but a good quick turnaround, because I was speaking to you earlier, only at the gym a few weeks before I was back in getting ready for this, and I feel camp's gone really well, where I've stepped up in the rounds in training, so I'm more than prepared for the 8 on Saturday night, and I've taken my opponent very seriously, so I just want to get down to business now.
Very sharp on the pads. I know you're a grafter out of that gym. We know that they put you through your paces. But something, if people don't follow your social media, you've actually been abroad and doing some training there as well to prepare. Talk to us a little bit about that, Nico. Because Sandy Ryan does the same thing, out of her comfort zone, goes abroad and gets that different type of sparring in.
Yeah, it's not only the training, I think it's just a mental thing of being outside of your bubble, you know, not just doing the same thing in Sheffield and Mansfield all the time, you know, being out in a different country, adapting to the different things, the travel, the training in different gyms. I've been doing 10 rounds in sparring in 35-degree heat with Sonny Edwards, so I know from Saturday night for the 8 rounds I'll be more than capable of it, and the hard graft put in training that I know will pay off. I mean, it was tough, but that's what it's about, and I relished it and I enjoy every moment of it, because I know every bit of hard work I put in, it's making a better version of me, and just looking forward to showing it Saturday night.
One of the things I will say is that you're in a really good stable, the Steel City, under Grant Smith. Obviously we've got Dalton, we've got Sonny, we've got yourself, Junaid, Florian, Markhu. I think, have you got Ebanie Jones as well?
Yeah, we've got a really good team that works well in the gym, because we all push each other on, and when we're all getting the results, it pushes each other on, because we all want to not outdo each other, but pay each other off with the sport and keep it going. You know, we keep saying we had a brilliant year last year and we want to keep it going now. We want to keep the form going, and no one wants to let anyone down, so it's like we all need to keep winning and showing why we're one of the best gyms in the country, and we're all flying in the gym, and the results, I think, speak for themselves.
You know, when you've got like you said, you're all like winning and you've all got that winning mentality, does that like put that, you said you feel like you don't want to let each other down, and there's that team camaraderie, but does it put like more pressure as you step up through the levels, like you feel like you have to win, because it's not just, even though it is just you in there, you're fighting for the team as well, the gym, that kind of team spirited mentality?
Yeah, but I've always had that from a young age, where, you know, I'm very close to my mum and dad, and my dad was my amateur coach throughout my whole amateur career, where I'd get in the ring and I'd want to win more for them probably than for me, to make them proud. And I've had sponsors that I've had since I was 13, 14 that were sponsoring me all the way through, where I'm fighting in little welfares and come and watch me, and I wanted to win for them. And now it's still the same. I want to win, not just for me, but for everyone who puts the hard work into me behind the scenes. And I think it always spurs me on come fight night. And I think adding on to the Steel City thing, yeah, I do want to win for my team, because I think anyone who puts in the work, you know, my sparring partners that help me prepare, my coaches, my friends, my family, I always want to win, so they're part of it as well. And I'm always grateful for people who will support me, buy tickets, come and watch me box, because yeah, it's not cheap, especially in today's day and age after COVID. I think I find it mind-boggling when people are spending the best part of $1,000 to come and watch me box, and I take that as pressure. Of course I do. That's $1,000 they've spent to come and watch me, but I use that as a fuel to get me through the hard training days, the hot training days, and to fight on fight night to make sure I get the win.
The glitz and glamour, and you've kind of like touched on that, and it's nice that you've mentioned the fans, because the fans are the one that support the sport. They're the one that, you know, keep it afloat. You can have the best promoter in the world, but if the fans aren't buying the tickets, then ultimately that can have some kind of derogatory effect on your career, because every promoter loves a ticket seller, those people that are prepared to put that effort in. But it's nice to see that you actually give the outside a bit of credit as well? Because often, sometimes boxers can get very centralised and maybe forget that.
I wouldn't be anything without the people that come and watch me box. That's the business of boxing. It's all well and good me getting in there and looking flashy and winning, but if no one's coming to watch you, it doesn't really matter. But I'm fortunate because, like I said, I've had a lot of people support me since I was a young kid. The whole town of Mansfield's always been behind me, from the football club down to the people. You know, I walk through town and people are always stopping me, asking how my boxing's going. A genuine interest, and they genuinely want to see me do well and to do something. So I take that as a great pride and a great privilege to say that I have got people behind me that are not just riding on the bandwagon, they genuinely care about me and my career. And I'm here for them. Like hundreds every time I fight come and watch me, and I really do appreciate it because it's a lot of money, like I said, and it touches my heart that people are, if anything, it boggles my mind a bit because I think, God, people are spending that much money to come and watch me box, and a lot of them just come and watch me then go. They don't even stay for the main event. And I'm like, what? But yeah, really lucky lad to have fans that do that, and all I can do is win to pay it off them.
How would you say that your career is going so far, the progression rate, the fights that you're having, the challenges that have been put in front of you? Are you comfortable with that, competent with your performances? We can't deny that. But how do you feel about it? We talk about the difference between amateur and pro, two completely different games. The pace of the professional game, how are you finding that?
I'm loving it, to be honest. I think as the rounds go up, I'm really coming into my own. Yeah, I've had a lot of people comment and say I've moved quick. It's my 6th fight and I'm moving to an 8-rounder, but probably compared to the usual progression, maybe, but I'm only doing what I'm doing in the gym.
Right.
Which is why my team are confident in what I can do. I'm performing it day in, day out. It's not as if I can't do it. A lot of people only see fight night, they don't see the 10 weeks before. We're more than capable of performing on Saturday night because we've been doing it for weeks. We're doing it for months and years. And I'm loving the journey so far. I'm loving the pro game. Loving the lights and the cameras as well, apart from this, like...
Mate, it's there to make you look beautiful.
I know.
I know it's a bit like a sunbeam, but sorry.
I've saved 20 quid on going on a sunbed. I didn't even need to go to the reef, did I? I'm loving it all. I'm loving it all. It's mint, and get to speak to people like you every time I fight. The whole fight week was, it's really good, especially shows like this because good friends with Lee. Junaid's on the show as well, so there's a few of us from Steel City Gym. There's a real sense of like we're all in the show, enjoying it together, and we're all bringing a good crowd. As soon as the show got announced, everyone knew like this atmosphere was going to be electric from both sides. Sold out, and everyone's buzzing for it.
There's something about the Northerners. There's something about when we bring things up north. There's a bit more electricity. There's a massive vibe there because I don't know if it's to do with like the football kind of like background connected to it, but I can imagine that the audience, that the fans watching this fight, it's the headline of the fight. It's going to be absolutely mental in there.
I think as well you've got two fighters that are good in the ring, but if you look at them out of the ring as human beings, they're two sound lads. I know them both, and what you see is what you get. They've both done it the hard way and grafted, both genuine. So I think there's a connection there to the fighters as people, not only as what they do in the ring. So I think that's why people are so invested in supporting them, coming out to watch them, because they're supporting them for how they are and how they've been throughout their career. And I think there's an attachment there where no one really wants to see either side lose, because they're both brilliant lads, and unfortunately that's boxing. But I think that's why it's captured the attention it has, because yeah, it's going to sell, it's going to be a good crowd, but it's two genuine good lads that deserve everything they've got so far. And like I said, it's just a shame that someone won't have their hand raised, but that's boxing, and that's why we're all in it. We all want to win.
Spot on. So final words from you, your performance. What can we expect from Nico Leviars on Saturday night? Except for excitement, because we know we're going to get that.
Yeah, I always say a better version of me than what we saw last time, because I think that's all you can do. Whether you get the stoppage, whether you just outbox them, you'll see the best Nico Leviars you've seen, and be doing it in the gym, do it come fight night, on Saturday night, I'll win, look well doing it, whether, like I said, whether I get him out there or whether I get a decision, and that's all you can look for.
And then on to the next. Nico, it's always a pleasure. Listen, fight night, the night is yours. It's yours for the taking. Keep us entertained. Guys, please get behind Nico Leviars on social media. He's on Twitter, he's on Instagram. A really talented fighter. And what I will say, like I said from the beginning, he's got an old head on very, very young shoulders. Support Nico Leviars.
Thank you very much.